Hi there. Yeah, Charlie here coming to you from the camera that is basically ghost cam. You know, yeah. Anyway, I'm coming to you today. I'm posting this on Thanksgiving. All right, I'm going to continue looking at the hair that just goes. Anyway, um, I'm here to complain about the fact that both my body and Gaia have basically required me to go vegan. Okay. Now, I recognize how stupid this incoming rant is probably going to be, but just hear me out, okay? So, I've been going through some body stuff the last couple of years, especially since, we died um, from the flu. If you're new here, died from the flu, April 2024. Well, it was actually kind of a remarkable time. But because all of that meaning like it then and since has involved the breaking down of old dissociative identity disorder internal headquarters and body-based alignments to those brain-based things. Basically, I've continually channeled through things like having had mini strokes. I drew images of my brain and there's just voids. That's what I drew, just all these voids. Oh, and as I'm talking to you right now, there's a fox that's just like for those of you that follow. Oh, and peeing on things. Cool. For those of you that follow, what do animals mean when they come into certain conversations? Fox. So there's your fox sighting. You can't see it. I'm sorry. Um, I might just keep staring. Oh, okay, and he's gone. Okay. Um, but I've had all of these recent visions and channeled information. I can't prove it yet. I am hoping that I'm just it's less of a it's that feeling of I know that if I could get an MRI, I could at least compare and contrast the drawings that I've been making and what the actual scan looks like. And I don't feel particularly compelled to call my doctor and be like, "Hi, can I get an MRI?" just because I've not had good experiences with doctors in this state, and I don't really want to go to someone and be like, "Hi, so I channel wrote that I had a mini stroke and that I have all these things happening in my brain after integration of dissociative identity disorder, and I'd just like to get a scan and see what's going on up there." I can feel the conversation like be a clenched wall, meaning I don't even see a reality where that would be a safe thing for me to say to any doctor that I've interacted with since I've been here. So I'm sort of just allowing that to be a thing that I put out into the like universe of things that Charlie wants, right? Like the things that you put out into like, please, I'd love to just see what my brain looks like. Thanks, universe, whenever that ends up happening by synchronicities. Like happily and through like research, not like not like Phineas Gage or some shit, right? Like, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so sort of the like I put it out there and I put it out there with hope and expectation and the please not through an accident, right? Sorry to add a tagline that like brings the energy down, but and it always comes second. So, I like to think that the first one is just out there and will be mirrored back. Anyway, because of that being what has come through in the channeled everythings, that has opened up doors to conversations with my body as far as like, okay, not to mention I've been getting just more and more of the like, you're a construction zone, your body's a construction zone. Songs that I sing, a lot of construction zone, right? Yeah, yeah. Body's a construction zone, especially right now. And it's really just a matter of resources at this point, right? I'm the one making choices about what I'm putting into my body has been through a number of natural disasters, we could call it. And yeah, it's on me to give it the resources that it wants. Um, we heard something apparently, or smelled something. There's so many critters around here are just going nuts. Hey, Mabel, come here. You already pulled on. We're good. We're good. I apologize for whoever's dogs get annoyed by my dogs and get riled up. Part of why I stopped. I'm gonna put her away. So go get water. I know you haven't gotten it yet. Go get your water. Go refill your water. I'll be back. Okay. I feel like it wouldn't be a long form Charlie video without some sort of break so that you can get what you need without pausing. I don't know. No idea why I do these things. Um, but yeah, this is my Thanksgiving. I'm complaining because Gaia and my body asked me to go vegan. And I'm angry about it because I'm angry about it. I just am. Because it's been such a fucking hard year. Um, and I mean that just in that emotional space. It's been isolating. It's been trauma inducing. People have treated me like complete shit. Um, over and over again. Institutions have not just failed me, but actively caused me substantial amounts of pain and trauma. And like it's not even it's a bigger issue, right? There's no like individual, it's a bigger systemic issue. So there's no form of justice, there's no form of restitution, there's no form of peace. You just have to live with the fact that you were hurt and that other people after you probably were hurt in the same ways because there were people before you who were hurt in the same ways, and there's not really much that you personally can do about it beyond sharing your story. That's what I'm doing over and over again. But I am my big argument and complaint basically is, but to go vegan now is to take away the last things that bring me joy right now, which is food. Um, the last things that bring me joy, and that's not entirely true. Obviously, my writing does bring me joy. Making these videos brings me joy. It does. And definitely does bring me joy more than food. But food is this is all new though. Even writing, I did write in childhood, I've written throughout my life. We've written throughout our life, shared life. But you know, when food is the thing that comforted you the most as a kid and is the thing that as an adult you're also still comforted by, especially when life keeps kicking you while you're down. Being asked to restrict that food by your body, by like divine intervention types of things, feels insulting. I mean, it's not, it's obviously helpful, but it in the moment, especially, it feels very, I can't, like, why must you take everything away from me? Why must you take everything? Um, that's how it feels, right? And obviously, like, yes, eating disorder talking, of course. Like, but it really that's not even necessarily the not even necessarily just disordered eating that's talking, because food is a very cultural thing, and I'm from the South. We've got good food. And none of it is food that my body wants anymore. None of it. And I don't really know, like I'm kind of learning how to find foods that feel correct, feel helpful. And yes, I know, standard whole food plant-based diet is the best way. I've done it before. Spent 2 years being a vegan in my 20s, with whole food plant-based diet being, to be completely honest, like totally like that. It was only like two months or so because of just how involved all of the cooking and stuff was. Um, and I was trying to like be a, I was trying to just be like a chef kind of with it, and I'm not a chef. I'm a at this point I'm getting to the thankfully I'm getting to the stage where I'm like, food, do I have to? Do I have to eat? Can I just okay? Because I just don't want it. I'm still hungry, hungry a lot, but um, but yeah, I am excited that I actually am. I'm excited that I'm being challenged by this. But what's really funny is it's not really like I have a choice, is the thing. I'm being presented with it as though it's a choice, kind of. Like it's been a slow changeover. It started with vegetarian. It started this earlier this year with me just sort of on different evenings, just sort of listening to my body saying, like, hey, can we not eat this tonight? It would be much more helpful if we did no meat. And so I would have no meat throughout this year, just different days, a couple days at a time, no meat, no meat, no meat. Because, and when I asked, what I was told is basically the act of taking in animal protein, but meat, you know, you are taking in that animal's DNA. I mean, obviously, you're taking in DNA. And when you do that, you're getting quantumly entangled with that creature's life, right? And as an Akashic record reader, I can just pull things in that much faster now than I ever used to be able to. And so every time I've had a piece of meat from an animal that's been through an abusive life before it was killed, which is just how that's how any meat is now, right? Um, yeah, yeah, no, that was basically my body also just like resonating in the trauma frequency, which makes sense. I've been resonating in the trauma frequency with my own experience and DNA stuff. But as I'm moving past that now, and as I'm needing to do this reconstruction internally, it's just easier without that low vibration frequency. Um, I won't be consuming things that then put that out. This is what I'm told and sort of what I'm like life experiencing theorizing here. If I'm not expressing that in my cells because it's not currently being moved through my system, um, as what's fueling, you know, part of what's fueling me, um, will I stop magnetizing traumatic experiences, hard experiences, the ones that you know, like you have a day where you have a fight with your husband, so you go on a hike and then you go the wrong way and then you destroy your knee because you took a really intense hike and you did it in a way that was um, fear inducing, not just hard, fear inducing. So I went down something that people typically go up in terms of just face and boulders. um, because ever since I've had to slow down, this is Saturday. I've made a lot of hike and literally got just went the wrong way and was like, oh, this is cool. Kept going, kept going. Knee started crunching. And I was like, well, shit. Now I can't go back up. I have to go down. I have to go down. I crab crawled down a little bit. I fell a couple times. You know, the huge. Um, but I was safe and I got down. And it wasn't until like later, and actually not even until the next day that I couldn't walk. So doing better now too. It's only Wednesday after, yeah. No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yes, it is. It's Tuesday. Okay. Sorry. For me. Uh, but I really did the yeah yesterday. I felt the internal ask, hey, be vegan. And this morning especially, it was sort of a like woke up with just a reality check, I guess you could say, from my guides that sort of jokingly but not jokingly were like, it's really good that you've decided to go vegan because if you were to continue consuming meat especially, but just animal products, we may have had to step into the reality where a tick gives you the no mammals allergy. Might have gotten the allergy to meat if I was not willing to make the changes that I heard my body asking for, basically. Um, some of us just have body types, like we have the templates, we have the plant eating in general is just a more high vibration way of living. It just is. Because plants themselves don't have the same lived experience as animals. And so the again, just the the quantum entanglements of becoming one with that creature or with that plant do different things inside your body. This is what I've been told. Um, and for me, I needed to go like slow into that. And I've never really heard it presented like that before. It's always been like, oh, because environmental, it's much better. It's like, yes, of course, and hard. Is life hard? Is struggle? Because like all of these, just like you see the inability to even form coherent words and sentences from just the depths of where sorry, my shoulders are now stretching, my back is now stretching. Because sometimes when you just talk through your stuff, um, when you're doing more and more channel stuff and you are in the process of healing, spontaneous yoga might just start happening for you too. Not big movements necessarily, but you know. Wouldn't it be cool if you had a therapy practice where your practitioner was like listening to you and asking you questions and just sort of encouraging the stretching throughout, you know? Like, what if your therapist just started stretching and then you just were like, yeah, I'm going to keep talking about my issues and I'm just going to keep doing things that feel like, I don't know, Tai Chi a little bit, but not regimented, not structured. So, Abel's doing what she can to make noise. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Apologies if you can. She's chewing on a bone. And it's not really like I'm not being asked for like a lifestyle change in terms of um, the every choice I make is because label vegan, if that makes sense. It's purely what I'm consuming. It's what's coming in. It's what's coming into my body, and the purposes for it are reconstruction efforts on my body. Um, just because there's more that I'm focusing on in general, but I'm just sort of asking, I'm like, but is there like a, because we're getting into like, you know, the energetics of things and the this and the that. And they're like, it's what I get when I start asking those questions um is basically it's appropriate to ask further clarifying questions, and what you're sharing is only personal need based listening to body requests and seeing potentials fields or what could have been, because some things are unfortunately necessary for your hair, like blood, but just for your reconstruction efforts with blueprint you have. My best reconstruction of my body happens when I'm only on a plant-based diet. I guess it's the difference between like funding infrastructure and funding things I don't want to get political about. There you go. Sure. Yeah, so I'm reallocating all of my resources to um, internal reconstruction efforts. 'Cause body needs help, man. Especially with all of these. Every time you go through some sort of like energetic re-up, into like a big integration event, a big release of something, your body becomes a construction zone. It just does. It becomes a construction zone. The last flu I had, for the final week of it, I got the internal ask of, can you just have smoothies for the next week? 7 days, smoothies. Would you be willing to do that? A smoothie fast. And I didn't have smoothies that had that many like vegetables, and I would change that this time. You know, I would actually put vegetables and like probably some more actual protein in there, but they wanted low protein actually. It was part of it. But um I managed to feel so much better, so much faster with that because it was low calorie. I was tired, so I stayed in bed. It was lots of liquids. Um, it was low protein, so again, I was also tired and sort of in bed. And my body really did purge that virus out because my fat cells shrunk, and so all of the newer acquired things, because I ate a bunch of sugar and like fatty stuff the first few days of the flu because I was just it was a big craving. So my body got me all plump, new condos to put all of the viral cells, and then just uh, flushed it. Got a big flush out of it. Um, and that was just me listening to the internal pings, the internal like, hey, do you mind doing this? Not a requirement, just what we think would help. And I've listened, and so far it's seemed to work really well, and that's all built toward now. Um, and I'm sharing it just in case you've also been having some pulls to, and this is truly eat differently. That's what this is. It's truly you're watching this because you also have been having the internal pull to consume differently. Not necessarily all at once, and I don't feel like you are ready to go vegan. I hate saying it like that, but I'm not ready. I'm not fucking ready. I'm not. I'm so bothered by this. I'm so bothered by this. I keep writing, like, I keep like trying to do like poems and like here's how this one started. More changes. That's the title of it. I haven't even finished it yet. More changes. A week of intense visions, and now I've been asked to eat vegan. My body is undergoing regeneration efforts, better served by plant medicine. I like the double entendre in that too. Fewer problematic frequencies that way. Cleaner transmission for what comes out of me. That's actually also part of this. I've been providing transmissions from Gaia, and I'm not saying that it was sort of a like, all right, Charlie, let's sit down and talk about this for real, because it's not like Gaia's got any particular opinion on consumption beyond what humans already know, you know? Sort of a like, yes, of course it's better, but I'm not going to be forcing humans to change how they do things because there's a bigger unconditional love levels of understanding. And also, Gaia is a guide like any other. They provide information, but they don't intervene. They don't. You're not a puppet, no matter who it is you're channeling for. You're not. I just have been channeling things from Gaia, and the conversation I basically had was there's to be more from her, to be more coming through in general. And those transmissions come through louder and cleaner from a vessel that's plant medicine driven, basically. And that's actually kind of a big, not really reveal, because it obviously makes sense, but it's also one of those like, it freaks me out because even when I started talking to Gaia, I was always very like, I'm not your voice. Like, and I don't mean like solitary. I mean like I'm not a voice for you. That's kind of my that's kind of my assertion. Was like I'm not like I don't feel like I am capable of that. I don't feel like I am, I mean, worthy is like a harsh word, but like it was just very much I don't, that doesn't feel like me. Okay? Like that doesn't feel like me. I'm just a nerd who wants to write. Like, can y'all help me do that? Has been my stance this whole time. And maybe this is just my nerdy fandom coming out, because that's the other piece of it. I'm like, I know I channel Gaia. I'm still skeptical as hell about it because my life is still not My life is still not anywhere near where I would classify professional who channels Gaia would be. Um, and my brain's like, yeah, but in Scott Pilgrim, vegans are superpowered. So test that theory. Test that theory. Like, when you channel Gaia and you do so in a body that's fueled by plants and not animal protein, what happens? What happens to those transmissions? I'm experimenting with it and I'm documenting it. Today is November 26th. I'm posting this on Thanksgiving just as a happy food day. Guess who's turning into a person that people hate to have over on Thanksgiving? In so many ways, my God. But not really. I just genuinely, my social circle needs to rebuild. And yeah, I guess it needs to have folks who are understanding enough about dietary restrictions to be helpful with that, you know, because I'm a noob at this. God. Plus, it's like a snowball. You're like, yeah, you just now asked me to be vegan, but soon you're gonna be like, yes, and make it whole food plant-based. And it's like, I know, I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm also, for the time being, gonna go to BJ's today and I'm gonna buy some Impossible chicken nuggets because they're delicious. I'm gonna be a junk food vegan for at least a little while. My God. I literally am going to be crying about the fact that I can't eat good pizza anymore and chicken biscuits. Okay? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry about that. Fortunately, vegan options are like everywhere now, so that's exciting. But that's the current like state I'm in as a channeler. I'm kind of a reluctant channeler in many ways, but the stuff that I do with Gaia and the stuff that I like channel write and channel sing, I mean, channel singing involves Gaia and like I don't know that it's something that anyone else cares about, but I find it fun. And it's like a message and it makes me feel like the preschool teacher that I used to be. Don't ever want to go back to teaching preschool because too many germs, too low of pay, too physically exhausting. But also the celebration of holidays, glitter, singing, and getting to watch a 3-year-old like learn what patterns are. Oh my God. Coolest thing I've ever experienced. I gave a kid one time this it was just dinosaurs. We were like putting them up on the wall, but before I did, I was playing with some of the kids because every opportunity is an opportunity for learning in a preschool, right? And so I just put them down in like a really simple pattern. 1 2 1 2 1 2, with the colors. And the kids were like playing with it and kind of, and everybody left except this one kid. I'm kind of like debating whether or not to say his name. I won't say his name, but I put down the dinosaurs, right? And he got it instantly. And I was just like, okay, you get patterns. Fantastic. And then I did a few more. He got it. And then I did a couple more and was like, you're really quick with this. And he didn't really seem to know that that's what like it was like he clearly sort of done pattern stuff before, but not quite, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go too hard. I want to see. I want to see what happens when this isn't just the standard 1 2 1 2 or 1 2 do 1 2 do 1. Like, what happens when we get actual like complexity involved here? And I don't remember exactly what I put down. I just remember I put down 9 dinosaurs, variety of colors, but in a pattern that hadn't been repeated, had only been restarted, which is not something that was typical because this was early in the school year. He was very newly 3. Okay. Um, and he looked at it and he stopped. And most kids at that age, when they get to that point where they just don't get it, they just lose interest, right? Instead, he stared at it and he looked at the whole thing and he almost made a move to like grab the next one. Then he stopped and he looked again and he just kept going back and forth. And then he got a little smirk and he went, and he looked up at me and I went, keep going. And he kept doing it. And I know that doesn't seem like a ton because it's just patterns and like whatever, but I was blown away. I was like, you shouldn't be able to do this yet. Awesome. That's amazing. Ah, yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to see learning. It's fun to see it happen. Or just to watch a kid like untangle something for himself because he was so proud. He was like, oh my God, I understand patterns. Yeah, you do, buddy. Good job. Oh, oh God, that kid would be an adult by now. Well, cool. I hope he's doing some really cool things. Um, all right, life things come in. I'm just checking. Is there anything else that would be helpful for me to tell to our audience here? Just confessions, right? Confessions of a fairly new channeler, documenting her journey as she continues on this process with the I hope you understand substantial amount of pressure that is coming from the fact that this is this is a request from my body, but it's coming through the Gaia line. It's coming through the it is in your highest good to maintain your body like this. And I know that's so simple and so straightforward. And there's so many people for whom this is not news, right? But for those of us that didn't have developmentally, by certain developmental milestones, provided nutrition, like I didn't, patterns in food become crutches and they become, and I don't mean like crutches like, oh, you're leaning on a crutch. I mean like my legs don't work and I need these support structures. Central nervous system support structures. Junk food becomes it. Meat definitely becomes it. So the process of undoing that, if that's also been your journey, is a slow one. And it's one where once you do step into other ways of eating and other ways of just existing, by that I mean like how often do you get up to get more water? How often do you go outside? How much do you walk? Is physical activity a part of a daily need yet? Or are you still in the slow? And where do you feel like you're moving toward? I just asked, I was just like, is this when I announced that I'm also going to start running? Not yet. Damn it. I just want to see if I like it. I got here last year. I want to know, do I like running? Because man, we loved it. You take off 200 pounds and then you start running. And we started running after 100 pounds were lost. No, okay, about 150. No, no, between 100 and 150 was when we started running. Um, Let me tell you, you take that level of weight off after a lifetime of having worn it, you have endurance. Oh, yeah. I went from zero to marathon in less than a year and zero to dopey challenge in 3 years. Actually, two and a half, if we're being completely honest. Dopey challenge, 5K, then a 10K, then a half marathon, then a full marathon over the course of 4 days. And the entire week leading up to it, I also did all four of the Disney parks and Universal. So lots of walking the whole time too. And I loved it. It was a perfect week and experience. Kind of thing that you never do again because you know you can't make it perfect again and you don't want to sully the memory. It was one of those. I don't want to do that one again, but I do want to know if I can still run marathons. Then I have beef with Chicago. I need to finish it in a better time than I finished it last time because this time I won't have Randy. Like, no offense to Randy, but he shouldn't have been running with me. I should have just done it myself. Run my own damn race. I'd have finished. I'd actually finished in the time. Because if you don't finish in the time, even if you finish and get a medal, you don't technically finish. So it's okay, Chicago. You've beaten me down twice now. I will have my revenge. That's how I feel. So, body under construction. You need to allow it to stay that way. You need to allow it to be that way. Gentle movement, not pushing yourself. And pushing yourself sometimes. Pushing yourself on the things, especially if you are physically incapable of doing a lot right now. Guess what you might be here for right now? You're watching my video. Sorry. Sorry, I'm the external voice saying, hey, your body's been asking you to make changes in your diet. I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Um, and deal with the emotional shit that comes with that and do it now while your body's in this resting phase of reconstruction. And trust me when I say this, to take off a lot of weight, and I don't necessarily do it rapidly unless that's just what's happening for you, but I had gallstones and had to have my gallbladder removed a couple years later, so not my favorite. My joke is always I'm one step closer to being an astronaut. Um, but yeah, uh, I didn't need to make this video. I have my journals. I've got just singing to myself. I've got a lot of things. I make this because I know that there's someone who's ready to receive it. And I empathize because I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about it. I'm not. Um, and that's okay. That's good. That's reparenting, but this time Gaia is my mom. It's not bad. It's not a bad person to hang your mom like, mommy help me with whatever it is that I want to do. And notice how I say that and I'm looking over my shoulder. That's Niagara Falls. It's a picture of Niagara Falls at night with all the rainbows on it, which I did not know they did because I didn't do any research before we went this past August, and I had a very cleansing experience there. It's part of what kicked off this whole thing. And you see, months, right? It's taken me months to get here. After a year of trial and error of just listening, meat, no meat, meat, no meat, meat, no meat. Okay, now can you go fully no meat of this type? Okay, 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 okay. Now fully off the, like, it's been in layers. It's been in pieces. And I just want to say more things. I don't know. I want to comfort you. I want to tell you like it's going to be okay. Like it really is okay to mourn the loss of a cheeseburger, right? Even though that feels so stupid. It feels so stupid. And also the memory like poop, that gets pulled out and the endocrine system response that happens that calms you down, that gives you a sense of the world is okay. I'm For myself, I have been asked to remove the things in my life that are bringing me the most reliable joy right now. Because this isn't reliable joy, this is terrifying joy. I'm putting this onto the fucking internet. I just watched a video from someone that I watch who was stalked. Spiritual leader. She doesn't really call herself that. She's just doing what feels correct in the moment. She's dealing with that. Fucking terrifying. And writing, especially writing that I post, very, very much fills my cup, but same issue. That one actually is just a little bit different because it hurts on the like loneliness one. This is just scary. That hurts because of the feeling of no one's reading. I know it's not true. I know people read. It just doesn't there's no there's not no, there's very little tangible to that one right now for me. So it's not a reliable joy. And none of them are the same levels of joy that good pizza gives me. That's why I rant about it so much with the whole Connecticut, we have the best pizza nonsense that they do. I was personally offended by that because it's not true. Based on my experience, it's just not. Not going to get into it right now. And I know as a vegan, I can still eat pizza. I just also know that it will not be good. I will eventually get used to it, and then it will be fine and it will be good. And I will make new associations and I will form new ways of existing in the world after the mourning period is over for a way of eating that has spanned my entire life. Oh, even as a kid and kind of looking back to how I used to eat as a kid, because I was responsible for all of my own, like my mom would go shopping, she would bring home a bunch of stuff, but my diet was SpaghettiOs, Mama Celeste pizza, spaghetti with just Parmesan on it, and ice cream and cereal, usually Captain Crunch or Cookie Crisp. Also sometimes Chef Boyardee ravioli. Yes. So sometimes meat was kind of my diet, but rarely actually as a kid even. So depending on just what it is you have also been, what hand you have been dealt in the food related world. Um, yeah. I'm not gonna keep going with that. I'm not going with that. You gotta play the hand you're dealt. You're blah blah blah. No, no. Come on, we can be more original on this channel. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. No, sorry. I'm gonna have it. We need to have actual like inspired content here. Okay. This sucks. I don't like talking about the fact that I need to be a vegan now. I don't like telling the person who's watching right now, hey, congratulations, you're on the path to veganness now too. You are though. You are. I don't know when it's gonna fully hit for you, but you are. You're on the trajectory. This is your highest good to know today. Your life can change starting tomorrow. Really. Starting today, really. But you're on the vegan path now. And any video that you watch of mine that comes out after today, it's gonna have that plant-based whatever. And if for some reason I consume something that's not plant, I will not be transmitting any video. Cool. And I'm not necessarily going to keep doing daily videos just because. Okay. I will be taking a break for December for this. Really? Just writing. Oh, okay. Break from YouTube, just gonna write. Not sure when it's gonna start, maybe tonight. We have a few more we would like you to put out. You can record and place accordingly. No December videos. Oh, okay. No December videos. Cool. Well, it's the 26th for me. Posting it in 2 days, right? Am I on the right? Maybe on the right day. It is Tuesday, right? No, it is Wednesday. Cool, cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so this video is going out tomorrow. I will probably be recording a couple more songs. Does that mean no live? Correct. One more live stream on Sunday as a goodbye. Oh shit. Okay. Forever changing for me up in here. So cool, cool, cool. Going to be focusing in on writing for December, which is what I want. It's what I want. Uh, I feel like a kid that's getting like telling no. When you're an adult, you don't tell Santa what you want. I tell Gaia what I want. I'm like, hey Gaia, can you help me with this, please? Hey guides, can you help me with this, please? Because it's all I have now. I just have hope that they're listening because I keep getting hits back. And keep telling me what to do with my life, like going vegan begrudgingly, and I understand it, but I'm gonna act like it fucking teenager about it because I don't want to. Can everything else in my life please get better? God, please. Money, nice people in my life that want to, like, support me instead of just constantly take from me all the time. Sorry. I respect and appreciate that people want things from me. I do. I really do. But for the love of God, can I please have some support? Ah, okay. I'm done. Whatever your rant looks like, whenever you start to realize that that a plant-based life is in your future, let it out. Be petty with it. Be okay with the fact that you're kind of immature, at least in this realm. And it makes sense because to go through this kind of transformation is to be in touch with your body. And it's a transformation for a reason. How you've been living, not how you're going to keep living. Rant about it, but make peace with it because it's coming. And I'm personally tired of the forced slowdowns and the forced, okay, but do you know where you live? Do you know how many ticks are there? Do you know how much? Yeah, that's, who knows if that was actually true. But I wasn't told that as a threat. I was told it as a comedic explanation when I asked if I didn't choose to go vegan and I just did continue consuming animal stuff like how I had been, even if it's just like vegetarian style, right? Like, where might that have led? And that was when I got the joke. I was like, well, there are a lot of ticks, and you know what those tick-borne diseases do when you consume mammals. I was like, oh shit, okay, okay, fair enough. And also, who knows? That might still just be my future. I hope not. But I think you only find out if you consume meat, so maybe I already have it. Maybe I do. I haven't pulled a tick off on me, but who knows? All right, I'm done. Gonna go be frustrated about the fact that I need to look at the labels of things. What you consume at breakfast is fine. Okay, cool. It's just Raisin Bran Crunch. It's delicious. Like Raisin Bran's fine, but like Raisin Bran Crunch has sugar. I know that's the next thing. I know. I'm aware. Let me have this. Let me just keep the sugar for just a little bit longer, okay? We will not permanently remove sugar, but we may have you stop for a while. I know this. I'm aware. Just providing answers. Cool. All right. Well, let's see what happens in my life when the transmissions that come out of me are plant-based. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your own ranting about your own diet. And if you celebrate Thanksgiving, cool. If you're interested in my Substack, I wrote about a thing that I'm doing on Thanksgiving to just, do a little year in review so that December can kind of just be an integration time. It's a good month for that this year. And month is a good amount of time to slow down and allow what needs to come through inside. Yeah, more of that. All right, I'm gonna stop now. All right, love you. Bye.